It's VibeTv.
You know what it is, VibeTv. We back in the building. I'm your host, Darkskin Poppy. Special guest of the night, Krystal Simmons.
That's me.
That's her. If you couldn't tell already. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good.
You doing all right?
Chilling, yeah.
Had a fun day so far, hanging out with the crew.
Yeah, it's been quite the day.
Yeah, it's something. It's something. So if you could please let everyone know what is it exactly you do, because you're one of the people who do a lot of shit.
I do a lot of things.
Do a lot of things. PG.
Yeah, gift and a curse, I guess.
Heard that. All right, break down a little bit for the people.
So, to make a long story short, I guess I would say that I'm an artist. I'm a creator. You know, I'm a content creator. But my main things that I'm focused on right now are I do caricatures. I've been doing caricatures for 15 years. I also read tarot, so that's like a big one. And I've just recently gotten into photography, so that's a thing right now.
That's the photography
those are like my big three right now.
Okay. Now, what made you pick up the camera and do photography?
It kind of happened on accident. I mean, I always liked photography, like as a kid, like just doing shoots with my brothers and my friends. Cause I have like a little tribe,
right?
Family, and then like I had a friend, and we were both kind of like outcasts, so we would do like shoots with each other, and the single use, and you got to rewind it type of thing. And then I actually took a photography class in high school, in the dark room and all of that stuff. But when I grew up, it wasn't really like a thing I was gonna do. It just kind of happened over Christmas. Like I asked for a ring light, and then I got a gift card for a camera, and now
it's a nice ass gift card.
Yeah, so
you're getting one for like Arby's and stuff.
Right, exactly. My brother goes hard. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
But yeah, so that was over Christmas, and then I kind of just started getting into that. So it's a welcome addition to everything else I do.
Yeah.
So I can capture the things that I do.
So you have like a little portfolio or anything like that set up yet, or it's still like freshly
new?
It's still in the making. You've done like shoots and things like that at all?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How's that?
My first shoot that was of like a complete stranger was actually maternity. Ooh. And shout out to her because she just had the baby a couple days ago. 7 days ago now.
Oh, hey, fresh out the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Get it?
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Or maybe pun intended, but
whatever works.
Yeah, so she just had her son, and the shoot was amazing. I made like this headband with like roses and gold. And yeah, I didn't know I could do that, so that was fun. But yeah, that was my first shoot. So I've shot only women so far.
Okay.
That's just what I've been doing.
I'm all about it. Hey, feminist out here. I feel it.
Yeah. So
it's fun. So it's a new hobby that's definitely picking up for you, doing some shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, how far you want to take the photography thing?
Honestly, I haven't really thought about it. It'd be cool to like do editorial things. Like I really like fashion. I actually wanted to be a fashion illustrator middle and high school. Okay, and then caricatures found me, so I kind of started getting
went that way more around that
fashion.
time.
Everybody's like, oh, fashion's so competitive, and you gotta live in New York, and you gotta go to school in New York, and I wasn't going to college, so yeah, caricatures. I just I applied at Dorney Park, and I got into that, and I feel like now I can get back into the fashion world a little bit with styling the shoots and picking the outfits. And I went to beauty school too. Yeah, I dropped out.
Beauty school.
Yeah, I went to beauty school, so I dabble in makeup a little bit too, and hair and things. So I can just bring everything together. Yeah.
So you type to you want to like build your own setup kind of thing. Like you want to set the scene. That's dope. So now you also my favorite thing I love tarot. How you pronounce it? You say tarot.
Tarot.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people I think say tarot.
Yeah.
I've heard tarot.
Someone works for you. Use it. That shit is dope because it's like real like spiritually. It's kind of freaking to me at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like little. It's like on some real like okay. But I like it because you find some.
You like it.
Cause it's different. I love different weird shit like that. You know what I mean? Right. It's dope. It's something dope. It's new, different. Are you able to do a reading for me?
It's great that you asked. Because I always have my cards.
Keep the toolie on deck, you know what I mean, ready to go.
No pun intended.
She's on fire.
She's on fire. Put her out. All the cards are here, all 78 cards. So
okay.
I can do a reading.
You set one up?
Yeah. I guess I can just kind of give a general message to.
Yeah, you can do to the people. Yeah, because we mentioned earlier we had a lady on here last year when we first started, and she did that. Go check it out when y'all got time. Her name is Emily Hill. tarot card reader.
So
Dope.
I support all the readers.
Mm-hmm. And now Krystal about to give us a little heat.
So let me shuffle along. It's been a long time since I actually used this deck. It's been in my purse. And
how many decks do you have?
I have quite a few. Not a ton. I probably have like 5 or 6 between like tarot and oracle.
Ooh, what's the difference?
So tarot, there are 78 cards. It kind of correlates, like 56 of the cards kind of correlate with playing cards. So there's like, you know, how they have like the king, the queen, you know, it's kind of like that in tarot as well. So there's 56 that are just like the basic cards, and then there's what they call the major arcana, which is like they're themed. So they're probably the ones like if you're watching TV, they're like the death card.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
that's the major arcana. Like those are like major themes. So I was going through like a lot in my life, and I ended up with picking up a tarot deck and just went on YouTube one day. There's like a tutorial where it's like a 3-hour long tutorial. And I just kind of took notes and then took it from there.
Did you watch the whole 3-hour video?
Yeah, once. And I was like, I don't know if I could do this. But it's not as much about the meanings as it is about just like what you see.
Okay.
It's kind of having knowledge of like what the cards mean, but also giving your own spin to it. So it does help to know what they mean, but some cards mean different things to different people.
Have you done a lot of readings for people?
Hundreds at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been like a year, but
wow.
Yeah, when I first started, I was offering readings for free, and I did like 30 in like a day. I didn't sleep. Like I broke night because I was just so amazed by the fact that I could do it. I just was like, this is magical. Wow. Like, I was like, I just looked at the world different ever since.
Right.
And people were just like, wow, yeah, how do you know? And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why it catch me people do it. So I'm like, how do you now view, after doing it for so long, how do you like, do you view like the world differently?
Definitely.
Like on some.
Definitely.
Like in what way if you could like pinpoint it?
It made me believe that there's definitely something bigger at play, because you know, it's one thing to just go to a casino and be like, I'm lucky, you know, but it's a whole other thing to pull some cards and be able to tell somebody about themselves and then actually be like, yeah, you're right. Like, that's completely different, you know? So I'm like, I look at the world like, yeah, there's somebody up there
pulling some kind of strings, doing something.
And I definitely look at things like everything now has a purpose. Everything. Like, it's not so difficult now. Like, I feel like with reading tarot, and then on top of it, I've got to connect with so many people who are going through things as well. So it's like, oh, everybody got the same fucking problem. Honestly,
different ways, different bodies.
Problem. Everybody's either going to ask about career or relationship.
That's like the main, like, reoccurring thing.
Yeah, some people want to, like, connect with, like, you know, their loved ones that have passed, and I haven't really gotten into the mediumship.
That's what I'm saying. That's when it, like, differentiates into that real spiritually freaky shit. Right. You know what I mean? That's the thing that real crazy.
Yeah, it could get crazy. So I don't really feel comfortable going into like mediumship, but you know, people always want to ask about like love and money. That's all anybody really wants to know about.
Welcome to America. Welcome to life.
Yeah, so it's just like one of those things, but I guess I'll just pull some cards and see like where everybody's energy is at. Excuse me, especially like in here.
And he's always right in here, baby. Come on down.
Right?
Come on down.
Just like, I guess I'll just like pull 3 and see like what we get, because I've been shuffling for a while. So I don't like. Some people like to read in reverse. I don't. I feel like it's not necessary. Because when the cards are in reverse, they have like different meanings. Okay. So I feel like there's already 78 cards. Why do I need more meanings? Right. So okay. So I always have to think about like how I want to say this, because generally I do this digitally, so I have time to think about what I'm going to type and how I want to edit it. Right. But when it's just live like this, it's like how I want to give it to y'all. Like, I know what the cards mean, but how do I want to like? Because
it can be misinterpreted in some kind of way,
right? Because one of the things about reading tarot is that you don't, you're not really explaining the meanings of the cards to people. You're not trying to give them a lesson in how to read tarot.
Okay.
It's helpful to be able to see the cards, but a lot of times when you do a reading, people might say like, well, what does that one mean? And it's like, if I just tell you what that one specifically means, it doesn't really mean anything at all, because it's how do they all relate to each other, right? So, interestingly enough, we're going into Mercury retrograde, right, in 2 weeks. Astrology kind of relates to tarot as well. And that's why I find it interesting that the Hermit came up, because the Hermit is about reflecting.
Okay.
You know, you see the white beard, it's wisdom, it's just about an inner knowing, and just this time period, like moving forward, is about getting to know yourself and reflecting. So I'm like, it's interesting because I'm doing an interview. Like, you watch an interview and you're getting to know yourself. Like, that's going to be me soon, like the Hermit, right? So this is a time for like everybody right now, especially at the time that this gets posted, to be reflecting on who you are. And this card is about indecision. So.
And who?
Indecision.
Okay.
Indecisiveness. Like everything that glitters is not gold. So if you don't know who you are, you can't make decisions, right? So a lot of times people are making decisions based off of what everybody else wants and based off of what everybody else deems as success. You know what I mean? And that leads you to a point of feeling unfulfilled, you know? And it's like you go through life, you're just content because you know that you're living this dream, but is it your own? You know, and I feel like that's something that's a very important lesson for all the time, you know, and that's what I love about tarot, because like this deck was created a long time ago,
right?
You know,
and
by
here it is,
who's no longer here,
telling you stuff now.
It applies to all the time, every day. Like
that's fucking freaky.
Yeah, so it's just like I feel like that's a good message. Like, you know, if you don't know who you are, how can you make decisions?
Ooh, ask them that.
Right?
Ask them.
Right?
Ask them.
You don't know who you are. How can you make decisions? It sounds so simple, but it's kind of complex.
Right, yeah, at the same time, it's like, yo, put down the quotes, you know what I mean?
People don't get what they want, and they don't know why. It's because you don't know. How can you know what you want if you don't know who you are? Like,
you know what? God damn it. I'm mind blown. See, that's why, now this is why I asked, because this is the shit that, you know what I mean? It's crazy. All right, we got to take a quick commercial break. As we go on it, you were going to be doing the character drawing for us.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Oh, do you want to do a character drawing for us?
Thing, yeah, why not,
do you
right?
want
Let's
to?
do it all.
My fault. I don't want to force it on you.
Day.
Well, all right. So we're going to get into that. Y'all keep it locked. It's VibeTv.
People always think this part is like magical. It's just pencil.
Okay. Cool.
Like, so you're definitely good now.
So my friend watching doesn't know what the hell she's doing. She's drawing.
That's what I do.
It's there. No, man. Okay. Feel free to draw like a fake big beard. Just feel free to do it. That's what I want to look like.
And then you got the dreads, right? So
I didn't know if it mattered.
yeah, I'm like, I couldn't see them. There we go.
Yeah, they be hard.
You can put them. You don't have to leave them there. I know. I just want to.
Okay.
What they kind of look.
Right side.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more interesting.
You gotta imagine the middle side now. Now you gotta imagine the middle side. Like.
This is so cool.
You have an easy face.
Thank you. That's a new one. You pull up like, you got a real easy face. Like, huh?
At $125 an hour for like 5 hours, you know, I go home pretty well taken care of, and I get to eat and things. So.
Heard that shit.
But see, this is the part that kids always think is magical. They're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "An eraser." Like, what is she doing now? And then like the adults that think they're witty, they're like, "She's erasing the whole thing. She's gonna start over." Ha ha! They think it's so original. And I've heard it like 1,000 times. Have you ever got a caricature before? Oh, first time free? That's a good thing.
Yo, son, I look fired. I look fired. Oh no, where'd I go?
That's you in the
I look
cartoon.
Right? That's the one.
That's you.
You know what's crazy? She even drew like the one like kind of dread that's like fucked up. It's like, you know, it's Dark Skin Poppy. We back. VibeTv. I'm playing with you. I'm right here, guys. Nah, but yeah, we are back. VibeTv. Dark Skin Poppy. Krystal. She's out here. Look what she did.
I did that.
She did
I
that.
made that happen.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I look pretty fucking good as a cartoon picture. Not gonna hold you. You thought this was something. This is something. Krystal, shout out to you for this. I'm keeping this.
Okay, you can have that.
Okay, cool.
I have no use for that.
All right. Okay, cool. Now you do many of these, like
Many,
you say,
many.
many, and character drawing, caricature.
Caricature. Yeah, you did it.
Cool.
Cartoon drawing of you.
There you go. Way better. Had taken you some places. You said you started out in high school, right? That's where like.
Yep. After I graduated.
And then now I already know, but tell them where the places that it's
Okay.
brought you.
So, I graduated from high school, and I was already working at Dorney Park, like from like the 11th grade. But I was just working in retail, like in the stores or roller coaster pictures, which was fun. And then I was just going on a lunch break, and I saw somebody doing caricatures, and I was like, "Oh, I want to do that." And technically, they're not owned by Dorney; it's like another independent company. So they're like, "Well, you can't come back and apply until next year. You can't quit Dorney and
come do this."
Yeah. So I came back the following year, and I applied, and that was the year after I graduated. Well, the summer I graduated. And I actually was like, I don't know if I want to do caricature. I want to airbrush because it was like the same company. And the guy who hired me, his name was Tim Reed. He was like, well, can you draw? Because wasn't that originally what you told us you wanted to do? And I was like, but I want to airbrush. He's like, no, we have enough kids who want to get into airbrushing. So I had some caricatures that I'd already done of like Lloyd Banks, because G-Unit was like the thing at the time, like the G-Unit sneakers, and you know, so
heard that.
Yeah, I drew like Lloyd Banks, 50 Cent, and like Ludacris, because he's real animated, and I showed him those for my portfolio. And he was like, yeah, you're good, you need to like do caricatures. And I didn't really know what I was doing for real, but I did that for like 3 summers. Definitely had a couple of people that made me cry. Yeah, it's brutal.
Words like that?
Because people just stand behind you and they're just like, that doesn't look nothing like him, but I have ears, you know? Yeah, I can hear you. So it's brutal, but now I have a tough skin. Like,
yeah,
I've heard so many things about me from behind me. Not only about like what I'm drawing, but just about like me, you know?
Right,
so it's
right.
just like, I don't really care what people say anymore, because if I can just sit here and draw this in front of you and not be bothered, then like it really helped me in my real life to not really be bothered by anything anybody's saying, because it's like I'm pouring myself onto this paper for everybody to find me. Like a lot of artists that you meet, they're kind of just like, you know, they don't
a little
want to
shy
say
about
what
it,
they're
yeah.
doing, but I don't really care, you know. But
So you know you fire, you know it.
yeah. So I know what I'm
humble.
doing for a long time. I better know what I'm doing by now. But so I did that for 3 summers, and then my manager who had hired me to do that, he started doing carnivals and fairs and things. So he was in Georgia, and he was like, hey, we need an artist to come down here and fill a slot. And I was just like, I'm in Pennsylvania. Like, I'm 20 years old. I'm like, what am I? I had like a little stupid temporary job somewhere. And I was like, I have money to come down there. I was like, check to check.
Yeah, flying to Georgia.
Yeah, so he's like, no, we'll pay for it. You'll pay us back. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to pay back a flight that, you know how expensive it is to get a flight in a day to another, like, that's expensive. It's like, I think it was like $300 one way. Yeah, so I flew down. I didn't know where I was going to be staying, who I was going to be staying with. I just knew that that manager was going to be there. Right. I know what, I never worked at a fair in my life, you know. Totally different experience. I slept in a tent for like 3 days.
Ooh, all right, got real woodsy.
But I made like $800 in like 3 days. And
give me a tent.
Just like, I was like, wow, I love this. So
yeah,
I started just
doing
fairs like 8 months out the year. You know, I would go to Miami for like 6 weeks a year. Like there's a fair in Miami called Santa's Enchanted Forest, and it runs from the week before Thanksgiving to the week after New Year. And it starts at like 5 p.m. every day. So I'm like in Miami at 20. I can't really do anything.
You're working, you know, you're at work.
Because I'm not 21 yet. So
that too.
I'm in South Beach, and I'm like, I don't have to go to work till 5, but I can't get in nothing. So
what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do?
I could be a tourist a little bit, but I can't get into any of these stuff. So I got to see Miami like in a different light even. Like, I don't look at Miami the same way other people did, because I went there to make money, not spend it.
Right. Everybody they see nightclubs and
I'm just chilling on the beach and watching the sunset and hanging out with artists, people.
That's a different vibe.
So so I mean, eventually I started doing like the party thing, and it got me into some trouble sometimes. So, but I've done.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, Miami and me, it just wasn't good after a while. But I've done Vermont is one of my favorite places to go. I've been to many places, and I did characters in Texas, I think like 2-3 times, and I also did like an art show in San Francisco, and that was the first place I ever went by myself to like do art.
Yeah.
Because every time I travel, I always have like artists.
Somebody there.
Yeah.
So how was your first alone show?
We lived in an RV.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it was always like an RV. Once I lived in the back of a U-Haul truck in Kentucky. It was hot and there were bugs. But I met the ribeye sandwich and I like fell in love with it. I have so many stories. But I did carnivals for a really long time, and then I had kids, so I was like, I can't do that.
Had to wrap that up.
I'm starting to get old, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm tired. I got homesick. I want to go home. I want to have a real relationship. Like, you can't do that.
I was bouncing around different places.
So now I just do them at like birthday parties and wedding receptions.
Okay.
I'll go to like Jersey. I just did my first wedding reception in Manhattan, so I want to get like, I want to branch out a little bit more. And I don't drive. I don't have to drive at all. I never got my license.
Right.
And I've been so many places.
Which is crazy, because I know how to drive. I've been nowhere. I've been somewhere. I'm talking shit. I've been places. You know what I mean? But you've been to a lot. You've been to a lot more places.
I've seen like almost half the country at this point. I've never been out of the country, but I think I've been about maybe 20 out of the 50 states.
So if you could sum up that whole experience and everything in like one word, what would it be?
That's a hard one, man.
Right?
Just
I'll
like,
be
I guess, like, adventurous. I mean, I've gone skydiving because of characters.
Damn.
I've gone ziplining because of characters.
Damn.
Yeah. I've been robbed because of characters.
Damn.
Don't leave your purse out at the stand. Because, hooligans at the fair are going to pick it up, you know. But
damn hooligans.
Yeah. I don't ever use that word, so I guess I don't know why that word came out today.
Because it fits.
It's all going with hooligans. I'm probably going to be saying that like every day now for a week.
Stop acting like a hooligan.
But yeah, I've done a lot of different things because of caricatures. Like I owe a lot. I've gotten apartments because of characters.
Right.
Like I need to make this security deposit real quick. Vermont, what's up? You know, that's
go and kill it. Come home.
Go for a couple days, make like $1,600, and then just come home. And because now when I do shows, I just do them only for like fairs. I'll do them for like a weekend.
Okay.
I won't do like the whole 10 to 17 day show.
It's too much.
It's exhausting every day from like 10 a.m. to like some fairs 12 a.m., 1 a.m. to all day drawing. Like people will get mad at you for taking a break.
Like, why are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that? You don't see that going on?
Yeah, but it's funny because when I do like weddings and things, people will be like, "You must be so tired" after I drew for like an hour, and I'm like,
shit.
I can do this in my sleep.
I'll
Like,
do another one.
I don't have the sun beating on my neck.
Right.
Breathing down my neck. You know, people tend to be nicer at events than they are at fairs. People at fairs can get nasty.
Yeah.
Like they have the reject, which I don't get a lot of rejects, but that's where people are like, "I don't like it. I'm not paying for it." And I don't get jiggy with that. Like,
no.
you're paying for this.
Yeah, you took time.
I did my job.
Yeah.
Like, whether or not you think it looks like you isn't really, that's not the point.
Yeah.
I did my job, so you're paying me.
Straight
I
like
don't really
that.
take rejects. I never really got a lot of rejects.
Because they know better. Like, we don't want to do that to
Yeah, no. You're buying this and you might get a frame. Okay, have a good time.
Can I get a frame? Can I get a frame? We'll talk after. We'll talk after. No, so that's dope. So, like, this is fire. I keep looking at it. I'm like, this is dope.
Thank you. I'll probably do that forever. Like, I know character artists who are like 60.
Right?
Still on the road, like, still going
crazy.
hard. Yeah, I'm tired.
I heard that. So now that you're back home and everything, you most recently did an event at the art gallery.
Yep, the alternative gallery.
Now, how did that work out? How was it, by the way?
It was awesome.
Yeah?
Don't you just, sometimes the only thing that bothers me is like when people say like they're going to come and they don't come. I hate that.
For all that, say maybe. See, I'm real like, I'll see what I can do kind of person. You know what I mean? But I don't got to commit because then I'm that.
I'd
you know what I
rather
mean?
like,
yeah.
Oh, I might try, but people are like, yeah, I'm so down. I'm going to come. And then nothing. The night of, no message, no nothing. I don't know. I feel like it's a generational thing. I take that stuff real personal.
I hear you because that's like, I'm just come here, yo, I'm going to go see your show, whatever, this and that and the third.
And I look for these people.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how important their presence is to certain people. Like, they're so used to just saying, yeah, I'm going to show up, and then nobody saying anything after. But I don't do it as much as I used to, but I got to a point where I was, like, calling people out, like, yo, what happened to you? And people aren't used to that. They're used to people just going, whatever, they ain't come. And I'm not that.
It's not like that.
I don't like that. That's boundaries right there. Like, don't tell me I don't like that, so you're not going to do that to me. Like, don't tell me you're going to come.
And then
Don't come. Like, so now I'm just not going to do personal invites because that's something I'm working on. Tarot has definitely helped.
See, there you go.
Not take it so personal with people because I'm getting triggered already. Like, my event, right? That's what we're talking about, right? So The people who did say they were gonna come came. You know.
Okay,
some of
cool,
them.
cool.
And it was really dope. So what I did was I like set up a bunch of different spaces where you can just take pictures in. So it was a place where I can practice my photography, but where other people could too. Like you could bring your camera. And I just set up, like, I had 2 studio spaces where I set up, like, a balloon wall, and I had, like, a wall with, like, giant angel wings and different things. So it was, like, super last minute. Like, I had gone to this place called The Happy Place in King of Prussia, and it's the exact same thing, but it's, like, a pop-up shop. Like, you know, there's the Rose Mansion. There's all these places that are already doing that. Like, that's a big thing now, like, this selfie situation.
Welcome to 2020, right?
Right, exactly.
Here we are.
So when I went, I was like, I want to make something like this, but I didn't think it was going to be like possible.
Yeah.
Like, these displays are very detailed and in depth and expensive. Like thousands of rubber duckies and a bathtub. Like, where am I going to buy that? You know? So I was like, I'll never be able to do this. So I called Brandon over at the Alternative Gallery, and I was going to pitch that type of event for a couple months out. You know, start budgeting for it and planning for it. He's like, well, we have an open house in 2 weeks. And I was like,
so what's up?
what's that got to do with me? He's like, well, we want you can do it there. And I'm like, oh, okay.
My man's all about action. Yeah, we know Brandon. Yeah, he's all about
supporting
action.
it. And I'm like, that's great.
But shit, 2 weeks?
2 weeks? What money? Like, whose money? But, you know, we made it happen. So I was very excited. I'm ready to do it, like, even bigger.
Do you have any upcoming events or shows or anything like that?
There is one on February 27th.
Tell them.
February 27th, Alternative Gallery. It's probably going to be from 6 to 10. That's what time it was last time.
Okay.
So I'm going to shout that time out, but watch for the flyer.
All right.
Yeah. But I'm excited because I got some ideas up here.
They cook it. I
got a chandelier today. Just going to say that. ...
Got a chandelier.
I'm gonna resurface this chandelier. It's gonna be somewhere in there.
Fire. Yeah. Well, we can't wait for the chandelier. That's what we're waiting on. All right, Krystal, thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
This was
having
fun.
Me. Yes. I was nervous, but it was good.
You know what I mean? Listen, after a while, you get the vibe. No joke. Anyway, feel free to let everybody know where they can find your stuff. You know, where they can look at it all that goodness.
Okay, so.
Pick your favorite one and give them the business.
You can follow me on Instagram. That's literally my only social media. As time passes, I'll probably get some more of those social media things. But right now, you can catch me on Instagram at Meechmommy. I'm sure they're gonna write that somewhere because you just type like MEE, I'll probably pop up. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
The rest will just fill out.
Pop up, yeah. So that's where you can find me. You can DM me, or I'm doing photo shoots. You know, so.
So y'all know where to get the magic from. All right. So you know what? Once again, shout out to the team that made it all possible. BL Mastermind. I remember Steve's Instagram. Just Jay, Just Jeff, Emmy Ray. We had an intern work with us today. She was cool.